Hey folks, Mike Iaconelli here for Bass University TV. I want to talk to you about one of my absolutely favorite techniques of all time. I love it. It's so much fun, and it's flipping mats. It's flipping and pitching heavy cover situations. You know, we're on a lake right now, Toledo Bend, and we've got these straw kind of hay grass mats. You're going to see it. They're real dense. They're real thick. They almost make these canopies on the surface. A lot of other parts of the country, you'll see those same mats created with vegetation. Sometimes you'll see them created with log jams, sawdust, even trash mats. Even on a place like the Delaware River, where you get trash that's matted up, this punching technique is amazing. So I'm going to start at the very beginning. We're going to start with the tackle, and then we'll get into the technique of actually punching these mats. Let's step up on the front deck and let's pick this thing apart a little bit. And I'm going to show you a couple of the key casts that I make, and I'm going to show you how I work the bait. If you look at this mat right here, you know, for sure, a high percentage spot for me are going to be the irregularities of this mat. And if I actually point the rod tip down here at this, you can see it. Right here, we've got a little hole in the mat. Right up here, we have another little hole. There's another little small little coffee can size hole. These are feeding stations to me, and these three casts are often going to be my first three casts on this mat. After I make those casts, the next part I want to hit is what I call the heart of the mat. And this is where you're going to catch the very biggest fish ever when you're flipping mats. And the heart of the mat means the thickest portion of it. So if you look at this one, the center of it, right there, and here's another one, right up there, are the very most dense parts. And they almost look like total canopies. They're going to be my fourth and fifth cast before I move on to the next mat. When I flip in this thing, one of the most important things I want to do is get it under that mat, but I want to let it fall on a semi-slack line. A lot of the bites, sometimes up to 50% of the bites you get, happen as the bait falls. So when I make that flip into that hole, I'm not letting it fall on a tight line, and I'm not letting it fall on a super slack line. But when it goes through, I'm actually going to bow to the bait to let it fall on semi-slack line. Most of these mats, 0 to 10 foot deep, you can make that flip, and you could just bow to it to let it fall on a semi-slack line. Once that bait hits the bottom, if I don't get a bite on the initial fall, this is my normal routine on how I'm going to work that bait. I'm going to hop it 2 or 3 times on the bottom. I'm going to give that fish a chance to respond to that bait. I'm going to pull it up, and right before that bait comes out of the mat, I'm going to use a technique that I call ticking the roof. And what that means is when that bait comes up, I'm going to tick the roof once, twice, 3 times, and then one last time, I'm going to let it fall back down to the bottom, hop it once, and if I don't get bit, I'm going to bring it out, and I'm going to make my next cast. So remember those 2 elements. Remember hopping it on the bottom as it falls through, ticking that roof a couple times, let it fall down one last time, and then bring it through and make your next cast. One last tip.
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip, and for more like that and the entire collection, subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
You want to become a better angler?
You want to catch more and bigger bass at your local pond?
Then check out Bass University TV for hardcore bass fishing information.
Hey, I'm Pete Gluzek,
And I'm Mike Iaconelli.
and this is Bass University TV.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests.
Everywhere I go in the country, I'm trying to use these techniques because I catch big fish that way.
From on the water to in the classroom,
We want to use that bait to help make that area even smaller. and really find that sweet spot.
You'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills.
You want something that's got a nice limber action, that's going to allow you to build pressure and keep those hooks pinned against that fish's mouth.
Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time.
Hold on, because you're going to catch some big fish.
Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best.
That's a key theory in all of fishing.
Subscribe to Bass University TV today.
Man, does it trigger a lot of strikes.
Here's the part that you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is the Bass University TV exclusive.